We are live with the dog
We
tags.
are
Dogs.
live. We are live, and everything is going well for another Tuesday night. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Not too bad.
We got puppies and doggies and dog
We
tags.
we got the
Yeah.
dog tags.
Woo, woo.
Official
Mascots.
mascot
Oh,
loose
doggies.
tonight. So
Yay.
everything's going
Bring your
well.
dog to
So
work day.
bring your doggy to work day. We got a great show tonight, guys. We have got a super special guest. We have been chatting with him backstage for a few minutes, and we're gonna put all that back together here during the show. Great to see everyone. Great to have everyone back in with us. And as always, thank you to our sponsors. We couldn't do it without you guys. Eileen's Bowling Buddies, Bowler X, H5G, All Sports, and Highland Media Management. We couldn't do it without these folks. They take care of us. So make sure you support our sponsors that support us. Got a lot of people coming in on the chat. And so now is the time to make that trip to the truck, get that adult beverage, and get in. Hang on tight. It's going to be another crazy show. We are bringing you into the paddock tonight to do some talking about bowling and all the other craziness that is DTB Live. So we'll see you on the other side. All right, we have got a lot of people already chiming in, so we're just going to go ahead and jump in with this guy because we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things that's happened over the weekend.
No intro. No intro.
Well, you're gonna give the intro because you're the one that set it up. Okay, so we're gonna give you, but we're gonna go ahead and jump in with this guy. So, all right, Deuce, go ahead. Introduce our special guest, Mr. Deuce.
Well, hey, he's the most recent PBA winner on tour, winning the Jonesboro Trios. Frankie and I have known each other for quite a while, and I talked to him at the LBC when he's bowling up here in Illinois, and I said, hey, would you be willing to come on dog tags? He's like, heck yeah, just let me know when. So I sent him a message like a week or so ago, right when he was bowling the Trios. I said, would you come on? He's like, heck yeah. So yes, 2-time U.S. Open winner, 6-time champion, I do believe now. I think he was 5 before that, but he won this past weekend. So the Canadian assassin, Francois Lavoie, is joining us fresh and center. So let's bring him on.
There you go. And I do apologize for the bio, sir, because I think when I put the bio up, you hadn't won yet, so I didn't want to jinx you. So just disregard the bio. I will make sure I update.
No, it's good. It's always nice when you hear a bio for the first time with the new amount of titles. That's good. 6.
That's right. 6.
So
we need one for the thumb. One for the thumb now.
Right, 2 hands now. Yeah.
That's right.
So Deucey's going to continue on. He's got a couple of questions, and then we're going to move it around to everybody in the group. That way we don't step on each other. But sir, we appreciate you being here with us, and Michelle will be answering some comments on the side, and I'll be throwing them up with some questions. So, all right, Deuce, take it away.
Yeah, so Frankie, we greatly appreciate you coming on and taking some time out of your day. But I mean, we've talked so many times, and I think the people behind the scenes don't realize how much travel you guys really do, and especially for someone that came from Canada, then you come to the United States, you bowl at Wichita. I mean, give us a little background, give us a little history of how do you become Frankie Lavoie on the PBA Tour?
Oh man, you said we have how much time?
What did you need?
I'll try to make it quick. I started bowling. I've been bowling my whole life, pretty much. My dad used to bowl in leagues. He wasn't, competitive or anything, but he bowled a lot of leagues. And so when I was young, instead of getting babysitters all the time, they would just bring me with them to the bowling center, and that's kind of how it started. They tell me, the story goes, because I was 1 or 2 years old, so I don't remember, but they tell me I used to play around with the house balls in the back, just kind of moving them around and trying to organize them by color or something, and they thought I was going to hurt myself, so they thought the best thing to do was just to turn a lane on next to all of them while they were bowling leagues, so I could just stay occupied that way, and that's how I started bowling. So been bowling my whole life. I've watched the PBA forever. I used to, we don't get ESPN in Canada, but I would tape record them on TSN, which is our version of ESPN, and that was on Monday during the afternoon, I think. So when I'd come home from school on Monday nights, I would watch the PBA, and I've been doing that pretty much, all through school. That's what I would do. I would watch all the PBA shows, and kind of decided that's what I wanted to do, but I never really had a plan for it until fast forward to when I was 16, I made Youth Team Canada for the first time, went and bowled in Finland at the World Youth Championships, got a bronze medal there, and I think from there is kind of things started happening. Like we got in touch with Wichita State. There's been a couple Canadian bowlers that have bowled in Wichita before, and it didn't take long to do a quick bit of research and figure out that they were pretty much the best collegiate program in the country. So if I wanted to get better, that was really the place to go. And so I came here in 2011, August of 11, and studied here for 4 years. Had a great time. Learned a lot. Learned pretty much everything I know about bowling here in Wichita. Before that was just you're a kid and you bowl all the time. That was it. I didn't really know how to practice or what to work on or anything like that. So I owe a lot of my bowling knowledge to Wichita State and the coaches there, and the different experts that they brought in through the years. And after that, I started bowling some regionals and went out on tour, and I think that brings us to today.
Now you still stay in Wichita. You bought a house there, correct?
Yeah, I have a house here. Most of the time, that's where I'm at. Especially when we're bowling the tour season, it's a lot easier to just stay not only in the U.S., but Wichita is pretty central, so it makes it easy to travel to wherever I need to go. And the airport here is smaller than most airports, but with United, I can go to Chicago, Denver, Houston, and from those three places, I get anywhere else I need to go.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's such a good story, and I tell people that are out there right now watching the show, go to the pro-ams, go meet the pros, go bowl with them, go talk to them. Because Frankie didn't know me. I didn't know Frankie until we started bowling a couple times. We see each other a few times, and then we started chatting. The next thing you know, hey, we talked about his house. We talked about how much things cost in Canada compared to the United States, the transition, his travel schedule. It's just so cool to see and hear what these guys have to do. So we really appreciate you taking time to come chat with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
So let me jump in here real quick for the rest of them. So you're in Jonesboro. We chatted a little bit backstage. That's a great place, right? Jonesboro. I mean, Stacy, Corinne, they do an outstanding job there. I mean, it's awesome and all that. So I'm getting a lot of questions on the side here. How many cookies do you have left?
I've got one more box left. A mixed box. There's a chocolate chip, there's a snickerdoodle, and I think there's a sugar cookie in there. So that's the one box I have left. I finished a box on the drive home from Jonesboro. And, I'm already looking forward to next year to re-up on the cookies.
And a follow up, just so go like a little deeper. A lot of people outside of us doesn't know about the cookie thing. So kind of talk about what Corinne does for all the for all the bowlers and everything.
Yeah, they're great. They have a lady, I forget the name. We spoke this weekend. I feel bad I forgot her name, but she makes all the cookies there, just homemade cookies. They're phenomenal. They're like drugs. You have one and you're hooked instantly. You got to have another one, and you try a different flavor, and they offer you more. And throughout the weekend, that's kind of that's the talk of the weekend is the cookies. You go in, it could be 7 a.m. before bowling the morning block. They're offering you cookies. So amazing cookies. That's what everybody talks about all the time, and they make sure when you leave that you're stocked up for the drive home and even after you get home.
Yeah, exactly. we got to give a little bit of a shout out to Hijinks and Corinne and those folks there, because without them there might not have been a Dog Tags Bowling, because that's where I met Gary for the very first time, and I got to sample the cookies too. So, and then Troop won, and we all went out for dinner and had a great time, and we had cookies on the way home. So yeah, they're fantastic people. So the bowling community is such a small group of folks, You definitely want to be a part of it. Just go to the tournaments, get your ticket, go sit in the crowd, root them on, because that's how it happens.
Exactly. All right, PBA wife, what you got for us tonight? You've known this gentleman for a while, so give us a.
Actually, I've only met him a couple times. Since he's been on tour, I haven't been out there much. Now, Ronnie, I know, likes him really well. He talks about him quite often. So I'm actually not that familiar. I didn't even realize that he was from overseas and had moved here and had the story that he had till I just heard it.
Well, that's cool.
So you're hearing it for the first time as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Maybe we need Ronnie sitting in that chair.
Ronnie is in Coldwater right now. Getting ready for a regional, which should be interesting. Hasn't thrown a ball in 2 or 3 months.
Well, what's interesting is that center used to be a national tour stop, and it was such a small center. Those people over there, oh my gosh, they're fantastic. Frankie's probably bowled Coldwater. Man, those people are awesome. And for them to have a national tournament for, what is it, a 20-lane center? 24 maybe?
Yeah, and it started out as a regional.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I want to say Kretzer helped them start that one.
Right.
One of the Ohio boys obviously
Yep.
helped them start that one. And I know Ronnie's been going over there since our kids were little.
Mm-hmm.
So Caden and Cameron have grown up going there almost every single year.
Yeah, Rick Harding's been on the show. I mean, they're great folks.
Yeah, Frankie, have you gotten to go out to Coldwater?
Yeah. I don't know the history of that tournament as well, but I went. I want to say I went twice when they were on the summer tour schedule as a national title. That's when I would have gone when we were touring. Kind of the Midwest, Ohio, Indiana.
Ohio. It's just like an hour into the border.
Yeah. Were you there when Darren Tang won his first title?
I think I was. Yeah.
I think you were there. I was there that weekend too.
I think I was. And like that's another one similar to Jonesboro. Like it's a much smaller town than Jonesboro is, but just small town vibes. The people are great. The bowling center, you said 20 or 24, if that. It might even be less. I know they have 3 squads because it's so small, but so many people want to go, and that speaks volume to the managers and to the people running the tournament. When you get that many people who want to go to your event, that's because you're doing something right. So Coldwater, Jonesboro, put them in the same category. The people there are great, and there's a reason why people want to go bowl.
And that's really cool. I think you brought it up a really good point, because when you go to those smaller towns that have that type of regional or have that kind of national tournament, that is really important to their community. So they come out and support it really strong. Now, I'm not saying if you go to Chicagoland, you go to Detroit, you go to LA, you go to these big cities that they don't support it, but it's a much bigger deal when you could go to a PBA tournament in Coldwater, Ohio, or go to Jonesboro, where these smaller communities are so much behind you. There's so much support by that.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, in anything, right? If you're the biggest ticket in town, that'll draw people in. So you go to, nothing against Chicago, nothing against, if we were to ever bowl in New York City, there's so many things to do in those places that we kind of go under the radar a little bit. But when you're the only thing going on in town, then people drive in.
Like you said, it's a draw. It's a big draw.
Yeah.
Yep.
It would be great too if the PBA would look at, and hopefully you can agree with me on this, and what I know Ronnie and Smallwood and EJ and AJ and everybody has had a complaint about is when the tour schedules the tour, they are notorious for bringing stops to places that are essentially, you can't get to them. The weather doesn't permit being at the facility. It's not even permissible for you guys to even be traveling there, but yet you have to. I really wish that they would look at that when these guys' tour season is January to May-ish. The majority of it, they would go more south. So it is more enjoyable, more to those areas where bowling is year-round to get the fans involved.
Right.
Being in those smaller areas is definitely a key, but it's not something that's ever been within their forte to strategically plan these events around weather, around seasons. And it's very, very frustrating. It's costly to get there. It's costly to stay there. fans can't get to it, and it's super frustrating.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I want to say it was the winter of 21. It was right after COVID, and we bowled everything in between Texas and Florida, I think, because I mean, a couple things. Those were the states that were open right after COVID, but
Right.
I mean, January to March in Florida is a lot more pleasant than January to March in Michigan.
Sure.
Yes.
Ohio. Yeah.
Let me before we get Jason on, let me get a couple. People's got some questions. So, are we going to see you in Packy's Vlogs a little more?
Yeah, every once in a while. Packy's here in Wichita, so if I'm in town and he's filming videos, every once in a while he'll ask me to go do something with him, and we'll collab on some stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna keep doing that probably every now and then. There's I've got another pro shop on my jerseys now, JR Pro Shop. They're up in Vancouver in Canada, and they do a lot of good videos too. Not necessarily the fun stuff that Packy does. You know, Packy's got some crazy ideas, but the JR Pro Shop guys, check them out on YouTube. They do a lot of ball reviews. Jongo is a good buddy of mine. We're on Team Canada together. We've been on Team Canada for a few years, and really good bowler. He's a Storm staffer too, so he does all the ball reviews for the new Storm Roto and Global Balls.
And I will give them a shout out because I subscribe their channel as well. They got great intellect into the game. They try all kinds of stuff. I watch a lot of their stuff. That's very cool.
What you got, Jason? Jump in here before we put some more comments on there.
I really ain't got much for you. I mean, it's nice hearing your stories, and thanks for coming on the show. Congratulations on your win this weekend. But yeah,
Now, Frank,
I really don't have much, do you?
Now, Frankie may not know. So the whole reason that we do this is called Dog Tags Bowling. Dog Tags Bowling is just a group of veterans that get together, talk about bowling, and be whatever. So Gary's former Navy, I'm former Army, and Jason, if I can point the correct way, he is current active duty Special Forces. He does jump out of airplanes for a living. So he's another huge reason that we are doing this. So he's the man. He's the man.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one in the bunch that's
stuck around.
Yeah, has more sense than we got, but yet doesn't know how to stay seated in a perfectly good airplane, right?
Oh, and he came up and we bowled our 9-pin no tap up here July 20th. He gets on an airplane, flies from Nashville, comes up here to Chicago, and then kicked everybody's butt and took home the trophy. So he said he was coming here to win, and that's what he did.
Nice. I like that. Called his shot. I like it.
He did call his shot for sure.
All right, here's your question coming in from RJ Moore, who is a big buddy of ours. Coming up on tour, who was the most influential in your career? Who gave you the most influence, I guess?
Yeah, that's a good question. There was a couple guys that I really liked watching when I was younger. Norm Duke was probably my favorite. And you could say maybe that's why my rev rate isn't as high as some of the other guys now. But no, I really like Norm. And then I got to know him, and he's a super nice guy. Every time I have a conversation with him, it's awesome. It doesn't feel real sometimes. You know, I've been doing this for a while, but there's still that element to it that, you know, this is the guy I used to watch on TV all the time, and he's retired now, but he had been doing it for so long. Like, I watched him. He was there before I started watching bowling, and he was there while I was bowling on tour. That's kind of crazy. So he was a big one. Other than that, Barnes has, you know, we've had some good conversations over the years, and Tommy, I remember when I was first starting out, he was pretty helpful too, just through the conversations we had. So yeah, I'd say those guys. And I never got to meet Fagan really. That, you know, every now and then we'll see each other and we'll talk. He came to the Masters to hang out with some of his other buddies, so we talked. But he was another one of my favorites to watch.
Who's your favorite bowler to beat in a match play?
All of them. I like to beat all of them. Ideally, you beat them all. No, favorite to beat. I don't know that I have one specific person that I like to beat more than another. Like, for me, it's not about who's on the other side of the ball return. It's just about getting through those people to get to the end goal to eventually win.
Yeah, we got to give Frankie another shout out. I mean, my goodness, he's one of the very few guys that's thrown 2 300s on TV. So
exactly, I did get that right in the bio, by the way.
Yeah.
I did get that one right. This lady
Hi,
says
Molly.
she's only here for Frankie and the puppy. She don't care nothing about us guys. So
I'm mincemeat now. She doesn't care about me anymore, just the puppy.
oh no, wait a minute. Wait, here we go. Just kidding. Michelle Russell is always number one.
Okay, all right. I love you, Bonnie.
That's her hairdresser, right?
No, that's one of my best friends.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's okay.
She looks like a hairdresser.
Well,
No, she's
Gary don't need a hairdresser.
she's
she
a
talking about
nurse,
this puppy?
a very smart nurse. I don't know what her actual title is, but she's awesome.
Hey, Gary, was she talking about this puppy or that
No,
one?
she's not talking about your train killing, assassin dogs you got there in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Okay.
Hey, that dog right there is only 6 months old.
Wow. Wow.
How does the future of the tour look in your opinion, sir?
I don't know. Good question. Are we going to bull on strings? Maybe eventually. There's probably going to be more and more two-handers. I think we're starting to see the trends, and I think those trends are going to continue to trend. The two-handers. You look at Junior Gold. You look at the younger bowlers. A lot of them are two-handed now. That's just the way it's going. So I feel like we're going to see more and more two-handers. The only thing we don't really know with the two-handed game is the longevity of it. How long are these bowlers going to be able to do it? Because, Belmo and Osku being sort of the first two to do it. Belmo's still around. Osku's sort of injured here and there. He's dealt with some injuries, I know, but there really hasn't been enough time to tell if these people are going to be able to bowl like that for a long time.
Right.
I feel like they are, because I feel like at the same time that people are switching to two-handed bowling, people are also taking care of themselves a little bit better, and so they're a little bit more athletic than they used to be. If you look at bowlers, professional bowlers now compared to professional bowlers 20, 30 years ago, there's a lot more emphasis on being physically healthy and all that stuff for longevity. So I don't really see why people wouldn't be able to bowl two-handed for a long time. I think that's where it's going to trend. As far as strings go, I don't know. I haven't bowled on the certified strings yet. I'm certainly not opposed to it if it keeps bowling centers open. If it gives us more opportunities to bowl more tournaments, I'd rather see that than see more bowling centers close down and more places disappear.
Right.
Well, I bowled on strings a couple weeks ago, probably about a month ago. Jerry Mars, a regional guy up here. You probably met Jerry Mars before, Frankie.
Yeah.
We put a group together. We went up to Foxview Lanes up in Waukesha, where Cassie and Stefan own the center. Actually, I'm bowling a mixed doubles Baker tournament this weekend up there. Ryan Zegar's Matt Gasson's pro shop's opening up there. So we're going to bowl on strings, and they're actually doing a regional on strings in October there. And I do foresee that will be a thing of the future. And as long as we can make sure that it's as consistent as possible, we did not see crazy stuff happen when we went and bowled it. Is that crazy stuff going to happen? Sure. There's guys that miss the head pin and can still strike on non-strings. So crazy things can happen. But I think if we're going to try and keep every center that's out there available to stay open, I think strings is the way it's going to happen for those smaller centers. Now, the great big, huge monster centers, Thunderbolt, they're not going to strings. I mean, South Point's not going to strings. All these big, huge ones, Stardust, not going to strings. But the small mom and pop, 20, 30 lane centers, they're going to need that to stay alive. So I think it's going to be a transition of what we have to deal with. And if we want to keep the sport alive, we'll keep it alive.
Yeah, they actually put in strings here on campus at Wichita State. That's still where I practice when I'm here in Wichita.
Mm-hmm.
They have 8 lanes on campus, and they just went to strings. And for them, it was just a liability thing because they don't have a mechanic on site. So they'd end up, it's in the student center. So they'd end up having to train the students that work the snack bar in the student center to go and take care of ball returns and 180s and all that stuff. And so I guess that's a big liability thing for them, not having a mechanic there on site, just training these random students that don't know anything about bowling. So they went to strings. It's not the certified strings though, which again, I'm okay with. For a place like that, that's just a training center. You don't necessarily need more than that. The pins are there. It works just fine. There are some funky hits, but those aren't the certified ones. So
Right.
I'm still looking forward to bowling for the first time on certified strings, though. I'm excited for that.
And I think they're actually going to have a PBA 50 event at one of the events up there in Wisconsin as well. That's on its way.
Yeah.
They're having a PBA, some type of PBA event at EJ's place too, but it's not going to be for a PBA title.
Right.
But to back up what you guys are saying, people that are watching may not know this, but I have a degree in bowling management. So there was a program many years ago that you could go to school to study everything in regards to a bowling center. I was a certified mechanic. I was certified in lanes. They taught us how to take care of restaurants, bar service, the front desk. I mean, you name it, we did. We basically had a business degree with a special in bowling, everything bowling. I knew how to do AMF machines, Brunswick machines, the whole nine. The problem where we're at right now in the industry and a lot of other industries, be it mechanic, construction, electrical, what have you, is trades kind of became unimportant to society, and teaching that in schools and getting these kids hands-on experiences. And because of that, some of these programs have gone away. The program I was in no longer exists. There used to also be a program in Buffalo, and I've not heard anything about that in years and years. So to have a place where you can go and educate yourself, if you have an interest in that, it's just not really there unless you're someone like my son, who's fortunate enough to work at a bowling center that still needs a mechanic, very, very high in demand bowling center that does, in some cases, millions of dollars a month. They don't have access to that. So you have these mom and pop centers that it's the dad, it's the grandpa who's been the mechanic, and no one's been trained to come up and take over that position. Kids don't know hands-on work anymore, and it's very unfortunate. And so beyond losing that piece to the puzzle, it comes down to money. It is so expensive to operate and run lane to lane anymore. Just your electricity to keep it on, because of inflation, has gone up so much that now they can switch to these string pins. And over time, you've got to think, in some cases, they're saving anywhere between $40,000 to $80,000 a year on a mechanic. Well, you put $250,000 into a center to change, even half the lanes over to string in 2, 4, 5 years, basically. You've already gotten your money back just because you're no longer having to pay a mechanic. So there's so many other facets to it that people aren't thinking about. They want to stay old school and stay with regular mechanical machines, which is great, and we all love that. But the truth of the matter is, it comes down to money and no education in it. And there's no one out there to do the job. So they have to come up with a remedy. And I hope people start realizing that and stop being so bitter and judgmental of the string pins, especially now that there is so much proof that they're fine. Whether a string get in the way or not, it happens with regular 10-pin too. So,
and Stefan
bad with everything.
Stefan and Cassie are lifelong bowlers. They've been doing it forever. They know what's up. I mean, my goodness, the biggest advocacy you could have for string pins is that EJ Tackett's home center that his family's owned for years is now transferring over strings. If he really didn't think strings was the way to go, come on, EJ Tackett wouldn't put his name on that. So, I mean, it is the way of the future. There's going to be pros and cons with everything.
Absolutely.
We have to accept it and move on from there.
Yep.
Here's a good one for you, Frankie. So I had you on the team with Graham and you and EJ, right? Finished 8th, 2 pins out of 7th. What did you see the lanes doing differently?
Yeah, I had a good start. We were joking about that because I went about a week or two after Graham bowled. His monster score like 1630 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ducey was telling us it was something huge, right?
Insane.
Yeah, monster score. So you break it down and you're like, okay, so imagine he bowled 815 and then he did the exact same thing again the last 3 games, which is crazy for 6 games to bowl 1630. So we're joking about it because I started with, I think the first 5 frames I had like strike spare, double spare, And I'm like, yeah, that's already more 9 spares than Graham had his entire 6 games. I had like 90 in the 5th or something. I think I shot 240, 250 maybe the first 2. That sounds about right. And the 3rd game I shot 2.0 or 210, and I was already pretty much out of wood. If I bowled 900, yeah, because I had 703, so if I bowled 900, that would have put me out of wood. Yeah, that's insane. 1634, yeah. So already like after 3 games, I was out of wood. So we were joking about that. But then afterwards, I hit the pocket a lot. I just couldn't get the ball to go through the pins the right way. I didn't quite have the right answers, and I went to a pair that was really tight on the high end. So then that kind of made me adjust a certain way. Then I made the jump, and then the last 2 pairs just hooked a lot. So I kind of had the lanes a little weird. Like one pair was super tight. Then I made the jump to the low end, and they started hooking a lot more. So lost a few frames in transition and just didn't really find the right way to get the ball to go.
And I have to admit, that's the first time I've ever heard somebody say, "Yeah, I'm out of wood. I can't get there because I don't have enough pins left."
Yeah, if I bowled 900, that wouldn't have been enough. That would have been 1603, and that was already short.
Now, did you finish second
in the LBC? No. I didn't have that big a score in the end because the last 3 games I had too many 9 counts.
Gotcha.
I think Prather finished second. He had like 1540 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I think Prather was second. So Graham and Prather are the ones going to Portland for that final.
And by the way, everybody watching, that they are coming back to, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, they are coming back to Mount Prospect Bolero for the LBC for next year. So get signed up, come do it. I'm going to go do it. I didn't do it before, but I'm definitely going to do it.
Brian said you shot 1300.
Yeah, right around there. Yeah, maybe 1300, 1310, something like that.
So since we are the internationally known, world famous #1 bowling non-bowling show, how's your golf game?
It's getting better actually. I started golfing the summer of COVID because there was nothing else to do. So got me outside. I have some hand-me-down clubs from a buddy of mine. I actually have. I use Woody Austin's old 56-degree wedge. He's got lead tape on the back, and there's a dot about this big on the club face where he hit it thousands of times in the same spot.
Wow!
Now you're just bragging that you got one of Woody Austin's clubs. You're just bragging.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, I can't hit it nearly as good as he does, but no, it's getting better. I started, and at first it was just focusing on just making contact with the ball all the time, and like anybody who just starts to golf. And so I've played probably 25 to 30 rounds in my whole life. And I just actually last week I played. I had 85, which was my best score.
That's a great score, man.
Easy course, like one of the easiest courses in Wichita. There's no water on the course. Hard to lose a ball, but anyway, yeah, 85. That was my best score. So
before we let you go, got a question here. Someone text me the question. Have you ever played golf with EJ, AJ, Ronnie, Troop, any of these guys?
No, I played with a grouping that had Marshall in it, but Marshall was the foursome ahead of us. Marshall actually helped us play at what's the place he plays at in Vegas? It's just straight down from where we bowled the Masters. Don't remember exactly. That was a little tough for my level of golf because it's out in Vegas. If you're not in the fairway, it's basically just desert and rocks and sand. That was a little tough for my level, but I enjoyed it. It was a good time. Yeah, I'm getting better. I enjoy it. I want to keep it fun though, because I know how competitive I am with everything else that I do, and so I'm on the fence. I hesitate between like getting lessons and really trying to get better, because I know if I do that, then I'm gonna be just the same way I am with bowling, and I'll get competitive with it. But I just want to keep it fun. So. Maybe that'll be my YouTube channel. Everybody seems to have a YouTube channel. I'll start a YouTube channel for my golf and see if I can break 80 eventually.
Well, I tell you what, the next time you're in Chicagoland or wherever we go, we're traveling. I'll bring my clubs. We'll go play anytime, anywhere you want to go.
Yeah, sounds good. I look forward to it. I got to get my own clubs, so that's the next step. I got to get fitted, and I got to get my own clubs. I think from what people tell me, I hit blades, and I guess those are hard to hit. But
Very tough.
I figure, right, if I get good with those, then I can get my own clubs that are a lot easier to hit.
Right.
Should
Get away from the
make
blades.
things better, right?
And you were talking about it earlier, yeah, that people don't understand. Bowlers are athletes these days. Most bowlers that are out there, once they pick up the game of golf, they can play. So you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yep.
You're an athlete. You'll be fine.
What you got, Jason?
I don't know much about
Help you.
golfing. I don't know much about golfing, but I know 85 is pretty good for Ducey on 9 holes.
Good luck with that, bro.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. We're Frankie, we're usually not this polite. We're usually shagging and ragging each other, but for some reason tonight everybody's just been on their P's and Q's. So
Yeah, I don't know what that's
There's
about.
a
I
lot
like
more-
it though. I like it though. The guy that hasn't said anything all pod just comes on and rips on Ducey.
there you go. There you go.
That's why I'm
And you
here,
will-
Frankie. That's why I'm here.
You will
Yeah.
see him in Indianapolis again in February, I guess, if that's the time. So
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, he was with us this past year. I don't know if you got a chance to meet him, but Jason, he'll
Oh,
throw
thanks.
one in every once in a while. So
Yeah, so dog tags bowling, we will be at the U.S. Open every year. Hopefully it stays at Woodland Bowl.
Woodland.
We love going there. That's awesome. It's centrally located. It makes it easy for everyone to get to. But dog tags bowling will be there every year. So come see us.
Nice. Yeah.
all right, we're fixing to let you go, but before we do, we'll go around the horn here and let everybody say goodbye. And then Ducey always ends us with a toast. So, all right, wife.
Well, I was just going to tell Frankie he needs to holler at Ronnie. Ronnie's in school for PGA stuff. He's worked on golf clubs for, Peyton's 20 now, so probably 15 to 17 years. So you can holler at him. He can help you out with your clubs. But we
Yeah.
appreciate you coming on so much. I know it's been a busy week. Congratulations on the win, and look forward to seeing you out there this tour season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
JVB, what you got, man?
Not much. Appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us. Hopefully we can get you back on the show, eventually and keep bowling good.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully we can be in the crowd when you won your third U.S. Open. That'd be pretty darn cool right there. That doesn't happen very often. So we greatly appreciate you coming on, man. You know how I feel about you. Whatever you need, anytime you need it, you let me know. I'm here for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And before we cut out, you're always welcome to come on the show. Thanks for spending about 30, 35 minutes with us. We told you we wouldn't hold you long. And, hey, you've got fans here. And basically we go from fans to friends to family. So, we're always cheering and rooting you on, brother. So look forward to seeing you again. And we'll definitely see you in Indianapolis when the time comes around. And, thanks for coming on the show and good luck upcoming season and congratulations on the trios. It's a way to get it started and everything.
Huge congrats on the inaugural, the very first one. They can never take your name off that trophy. The very
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you're the
everyone.
inaugural guy. So, hey, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you down the road. Okay, my friend.
Yep. Sounds good. We'll see you later.
All
Thanks,
right, Thanks a
Frankie.
lot, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, how cool was that? Did you see his trophy room behind him, by the way?
Yeah,
With 2 eagles on each side of his head?
yeah, and all that. That's cool looking.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep. He's very down to
Oh, you're
earth.
going to ask questions about him.
No. We've talked enough about all that. So the coolest thing about it was I talked to him at the LBC. I've been with him at Jackson, Michigan. I mean, we've hung out quite a bit. He's just nice as the day is long, man. He really is. He's just a normal dude. I talked to him about his family, how he got involved in bowling, how do you go from Canada to Wichita State. It's such a cool story, and I was glad he was able to share it with us. But it's really, really – hey, and that's why there's dog tags, because guys like that come to the United States legally and do it the correct way are more than welcome to be here.
Exactly. I had a comment on here. It was from Michelle, and I'll have to find it. I'll have to go back. I'll find it. Throw it on there. Oh, here it is. In reference to what you said a while ago about what was it in New York that they got rid of the program.
Did they? Okay. I
So
went to
that-
school with Mike.
So I guess they don't. It's a shame they don't have something like that.
Yeah, they really do.
It truly is.
All right, so now we're going to spend like the last 20 minutes chatting about what we got coming up. Maybe throw in some jabs at one another. You want to? I mean, I know y'all hate me because I'm the best looking guy on here, and I don't really care. Anyway,
I'm too tired to be feisty tonight.
you were feisty before we started the show. You couldn't even click on the "Let me get in" button, but I'm going to
It
fix that.
wasn't
For you.
feisty. I'm just telling you that
I'll
it's
fix it. Deucey and JVB, I'll fix it so the third grader can get on the show.
Stop
okay?
it. Quit being a jackwagon. All right. So I got a cool
I'm
right
gonna
here.
quit for the second time today. Sorry, Deuce.
Yeah, kick him in the ding ding. Hey, I like the countdown. I love the countdown on the website.
You like that?
Yeah, I
like
do.
that?
That is very cool. That is super, super cool. So, hey, he's back. He's back.
No, Joel sent a message and said he had something going on, and we did not scare him away. So we'll see him next week.
Yeah, so anybody that's out there that wants to join the Commanders Cup and get on that, go to the website. This one right there. Go to the website, get signed up, get paid online, go through Venmo, put that stuff in. That we need to have everybody in there before the tournament. It just makes it so much easier.
Right, and Michelle's going to give us an update, and Brian says the website is looking fire. So
It is.
Thank you. So we appreciate it. All right, Michelle, center stage. Tell us about the tournament. Go ahead.
So, as everybody knows, it's September 7th. So, first of all, let's start with this. So, September 6th, I know there's been some confusion. September 6th is a dog tags auxiliary event, essentially. It is us, the staff of dog tags, going against each other for bragging rights. I mean, let's be true. There's not much more to it than bragging rights. Let's be clear. Ducey and I are going to kick everybody's butt.
Thank you, darling.
Regardless, they still have to show up. But with that, so that is at Pinheads on September 6th. We are inside a suite. That suite, we do have some room. However, it is very limited space. We have not determined yet how we are going to allow fans and friends to come in and share that space. With that being said, right outside of that suite is a bar with seating. So if you're not one of the lucky ones that gets into the suite, you can still be outside of the suite. We will still interact with you. We can still keep the doors open. But we also don't want to be in anybody's way. We will also stream that live. I know it'll be probably on StreamYard and every other outlet that we typically would use.
Yes, all of them.
Yeah. So now September 7th, that is the Commanders Cup. That's the big deal. That's the one everyone can participate in. That is an open national tournament. We're guaranteeing 1,000 for first. Granted, the more entries, the more opportunity we have to raise that. In addition, we will be raising funds for a project of our choice that will be a local Indiana veterans organization that we will be donating back to. The format, it is a different one. And I wanted to, the boys kind of gave me free reign here. I've kind of evaluated what a lot of the tour players that go and bowl do and like. I've evaluated kind of what our area market does and likes, to kind of bring out the best of the best, if you will. I've still got some tweaking to do with that format, some things that me and the guys have to go over, but essentially what will happen is everybody will bowl 5 games. It is a $70 entry fee for handicap. Everyone that enters the tournament will be in the handicap bracket, no matter what, whether you're a scratch bowler or not. So I want to make that clear. Everyone is in that bracket. There is an additional scratch, but that is more of a bonus bracket, and that's something we'll explain later. Details to come. I got to weed it out with the boys, how far down and things like that. But what we will do is everybody will bowl 5 games. After 5 games, we will cut to the top half. Bowl 3 more games. We will bowl to the top half of that group. bowl. I think, was it 3 more games, Jason?
3, yes.
Yeah, 3.
That's right. And then we'll cut to the top half of that again and do 2 until we get to the Commander's Cup. So it's kind of a survival series, if you will, style. And the reason I want to do it that way is because it brings out the best of the best. The scores will drop after every round.
There you go. I was going to ask that.
And handicap will be based off of a fair determining number, which I know what that is. I want to explain that to the guys and where I feel that should be. But we're not going to base it off of 230 and we're not going to base it off of 220. Because here's what happens when bowlers come into this and they're a 200 average bowler and they come out and have a hot day, they get all of this added handicap, and it's just, it's not a fair market value, if you will.
Correct.
In addition, 300 is the cap. You will not get any score over 300, even if it includes your handicap. So if you shoot 275 and you have 30 pins of cap, you're not getting a 305. You're getting a 300.
Correct.
We will lay out all the rules. That is all coming this week. We'll share all of that with you, but I just want to be clear and upfront in how that style is going, because it is on the flyer. But if anybody has any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to us, message us. There's an inquiry on the website. You can message us on Facebook, Instagram, and we will answer all of that for you. But we hope everyone there.
And you can always DM any of us on Facebook. We'll answer as many questions as we can. Michelle, how many people do you think that the suite would hold?
So they say 40, but I can tell you from multiple experiences, it is tight with 40 people. There is not 40 seats.
Gotcha.
And there is stand-up tables. 40 is not comfortable.
I'm hoping that we can fill the Dog Tags house. The Dog Tags house has 18 beds, but that includes Gary and Jason and me. So, I mean, that we're still going to be us in it as well. So I think we might be able to bring 12 people from Chicagoland area that are going to come and stay at the house. Gabor's supposed to come. So hopefully that the people that travel from out of state that are coming to spend the night at the Dog Tags house, they can be part of it. And even if not, what are we bowling? 3 games? Is that what we're doing for the Dog
We
Tag?
haven't determined. I think we had said 3, but I don't think it's been hardscaped yet.
Yep. We'll figure that out, but we're not going to be there forever, and we'll have a chance to hang out with people afterwards. And the more people we get there to support the Dog Tags mission, the better. So come join us.
Right.
All right, we've got some people asking questions. So, so tell Johnny again what time he needs to be there. It's not 10 a.m., right?
It is not.
For Saturday?
I'm thinking he's asking for Saturday.
Check-in is at 9 a.m.
Okay.
And then competition starts at 10. In addition, I want to throw this out there too. We will verify your average. It is not a sanctioned event, but we are going based on verified averages.
Okay.
And if you are in a current league and don't have a book average, we would want to see the current league average and proof thereof it. Otherwise, you get a flat 200.
All right.
And,
let me get.
It is Eastern time. This is in Indiana. This is Eastern
Eastern
time.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get. So make sure you go on the website to get the dates and the time, because she wants to know dates and time, right? So there's no confusion. So make sure everybody knows. And Johnny said September 6th is the private event at Pinheads. That's correct. 7th is the tournament at All-Star. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's the most important question that's being asked right now, and it needs to be answered, because this involves, we got to get this straightened out. We don't want no confusion on this, because this gentleman is very, he wants to put this out there.
You should have his clubs. Don't worry about his kids.
Look at your buddy. You know what I love about Ronald Russell? Let me tell you what I love about this guy. One comment, in and out. He don't have to say nothing else.
He's done.
He's done.
Mic drop.
God, when I grow up, I want to be like Ronnie Russell.
Me too.
God.
Me too. I just can't drink. What's he drink? Jim Beam. I can't. Not Jim Beam. What's he drink?
Who, Ronnie?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper. Something in Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, he drinks Dr. Pepper. I mean, and Beam or whatever other whiskey is available, or PDG. He's kind of a connoisseur of his whiskey and beer.
Johnny was talking about Friday. He's going to show up at 10 a.m. so he can get in the private suite.
I don't think I'm gonna be there by 10, John. I might be there by 4.
Okay, so I'm going to put this up here. I'm done with this guy. You're going to see him this weekend, and y'all are going to bowl for beers. I'm done with this guy. I'm done with him. Done with you. RJ, I'm done.
He's not bowling. He's not coming up to Wisconsin. He ain't doing that.
I'm done with RJ, man. I'm done.
Hey,
man.
we're gonna change his partnership to Vicky.
Yes, and here's what we need to talk about too.
Victoria.
If you are married, if you are husband and wife, right, then it's going to cost you double, because we know what you're doing, RJ. You're giving all this information to Vicky, and that ain't so. You got to send another $25, RJ, or we're kicking you out. There you go.
Oh Lord.
Vicky, oh Lord. I'm waiting for RJ I want him to comment on here. I want him to tell just, oh man, that was wrong. Look at that. And he knows I'm just playing.
That's what we do.
Look at this. Yes, I will take
Oh
your EBT
my
card.
God.
Yes, I'll take it. I ain't ashamed to use it. Man, that's free groceries, man. You bring that card up there, and that's what the dog tags house is going to be up. Make sure you pick that up this weekend, Deucey, and you go buy the groceries, man.
Oh no, he can take that shit to Aldi and bring it to the house with him.
This is our buddy. Y'all remember meeting her? You remember meeting their friend?
Yeah, Wendy. Oh yeah.
She's a big follower of us, man.
She thought you were the hottest thing ever.
Exactly. She said, "Man, you're the cutest one here. What are you talking about? So let's.
You didn't see her glasses. Her glasses were this thick, though.
She didn't have no glasses on. I'll repost the picture.
I'm kidding you. I'm kidding.
So we got the tournament update. Deucey, give us an update on our gear, and then Jason's got an announcement of what's coming out next for dog tag. So remind everybody where they need to go, what they need to purchase, what do we need to get.
All right. So H5G, go to their website. We have go to our website that can transfer you over to H5G.
Yeah.
The jerseys, oh my God, fantastic. You can get the pullovers, you get all the freaking shirts, you get whatever you need. The backpack. Listen, I've been carrying that backpack. I don't even go to bowling center. I just carry the backpack with me. They love it. It's fantastic. Okay. So like, hey, you a bowler? I'm like, no, I just got a backpack. But anyhow, I'm telling you, the stuff that H5G has, and I have actually ordered. I've got a new mug coming. I know this is just a Yeti, but I got one with the helmet, the rifle, and the boots. I got that coming. I got a Love That For Us shirt coming. I got another dog tags pullover coming. And chamois are out now. So go get you a chamois. That's a really quick, easy way to help. And another thing you guys can do, you can go to H5G's website. You don't have to get a dog tags jersey. You can design your own jersey, but you can still put the dog tags logo on your own jersey. Okay.
Right.
Do that for us. I mean, that helps us. You guys don't see any different. It's just another logo, but it helps us. The PBA has authorized us as a non-for-profit to put on their jerseys. So people are talking to me from the PBA website or PBA bowlers. Hey, can we put that on there? So go support dog tags. Get dog tags on your jersey from H5G and get that stuff taken care of.
And don't forget, we also have a discount code.
We do. Dog tags 20.
I'll put it on there right now. Jason, everybody wants to know, quick update about November. I know you and I have been talking about it, but let everybody know kind of what you're looking at because of what you've been told. Okay?
I need a flight. I need to get a flight.
I don't think I'll be able to do it in November. There's a lot of stuff going on over here. There's a few tournaments that are already being held in the 2 bowling alleys that are here November 10th. And then unfortunately I will be gone a few weeks after that for a couple of weeks. So we may have to push it to a different time. unfortunately.
Which is fine. And that's what dog tag's about. We adapt and overcome, man. You adjust, you figure it out, and we'll make it happen. That's cool.
Yep. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. That's what it's all about, right? So, all right. Y'all got anything else?
I want to stick around afterwards, but we're good.
Well, let me go ahead and give you the text of the week, okay? I'll start with you. Wants to know why you're inside and not outside next to the pretty flower garden.
Because it's cold as a mother out there right now, and
It's cold.
Cold. It's like 71 degrees. It's cold.
Dude, you know what it was here today?
I'm old.
You know what?
Old.
You know what it was here today? It was 98 with a heat index of 109.
It was cold, rainy. It was like October weather today. It was not fun.
Where was it at? Hey, Fort Campbell. What was it, JVB? Fort Campbell. On the tarmac, baby. On the tarmac.
We were in the 90s, high 90s, and it's still like 80 degrees out right now. I'm sitting here sweating doing this podcast or doing this show.
Oh, and by the way, I understand that my flower garden is very pretty, but the man cave is pretty badass. So
I ain't worried about that. They wanting to. Oh, we see you got it up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, this goes to you, Jason. Can you remove the hat? Well, there you go. There it is. Can you remove the hat? Loves to see the boyish face on the one they call the natural born killer. There you go. I'm sorry, Michelle. There's no message for you.
Yeah, there's a message. I'll send the message. We love you. Thanks for being back.
Oh, I love you too.
Winners.
And then the message to me was, you are the man as always. So there you go.
I think she forgot to put the woo in front of that.
John Cicada, baby. RJ, why you trying to chime in, man? Why you trying to chime in?
He was muted for a minute. He sent me a message. Hey, what's up with the web pass? I can't even get on. What's going on? See, it's in the 60s. Dude, I'm telling you, today was cold up here, bro. It was cold.
Oh, here's your buddy. Yeah, rumor is Gary's cap is higher than his average. That's your buddy, ain't it?
Hey, there ain't no cap. This is scratch tournament. There ain't no cap.
Are you bowling on Sunday?
No, I'm bowling at a bowling tournament on Sunday. I'm up at Bowling Strings.
Our internet sucks.
That's what happens when you live in McHenry.
Exactly. All right, this. Well, here. Let's go around the horn one more time. All right, Michelle, remind everybody. Tournament. Message you, us. Any questions about the tournament? Then say you goodbye.
I would like to see the messages go through the website. There's an inquiry. You can go through there. You can also pay through the website. We prefer that you prepay, but definitely can message us on Facebook, Instagram. That way we can keep it in one place. And I do want to touch base on something kind of a personal, impersonable. I just want everyone to know I've gotten a lot of friend requests here recently. Please do not take offense if I do not accept those. Bit wild that many years ago, Ronnie and I had some stalkers. And so I keep my page pretty private. Anything that I want to share public, I share it as a public post. You can follow me on Facebook, but I may not accept every friend request. So please do not take offense to that. But I think I have over 300 friend requests in my thing right now. So I just don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but it's for mine, my husband, and our children's well-being.
Yeah, she's turned me down several times for friend requests. She said no.
Did not.
All right, Jace, tell everybody bye so we can meet and get out of here.
See you guys later. Thanks for watching the show.
All right, Deuce.
Hey, I'm just texting RJ, telling you, hell yeah, we're bowling for beers, bitch. Let's go. So anyhow, we'll see him on Sunday. Yes. Hey, everybody, thanks so much. We really greatly appreciate it. We really appreciate Frankie coming on. We have a great group of people that are in the wings that have already said yes, they're going to come on. So keep a lookout. As soon as we get them confirmed on dates, we will put that out on Facebook so everybody can see and hear who we're going to talk to. But please mark your calendar. September 7th. Come down Friday night. Spend the night at Dog Tag's house. Let's go bowl Saturday. Roll back Sunday morning. We're good to go.
All right, you want to give us the toast?
I can give us a toast. Put all of us on the screen at the same time because I love y'all.
I'm doing it right now.
All right.
There you go.
Everybody knows the movie Gardens of Stone. It is not the best movie of all time, but it will make you cry. If you watch it, it will make you cry. It stars James Caan, D.B. Sweeney, James Earl Jones, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It was made in 1987. I think it came out in 87. It's filmed about honor guard soldiers during the Vietnam War. And during the movie, James Caan and James Earl Jones are having a toast in the NCO club, where I've drank many beers back in the day. And the toast is, here's to us and those like us. Damn few. Love y'all.
All right, so before we go, so the couch has been taken, kicking Ronnie out of the bed that weekend, so that's over. Victoria's going to whoop your ass, Deucey, so sorry about that.
Hey, yeah, that's right. She better pack a lunch.
And we got to leave with this one. Did you really shoot a 485?
Well, League Wednesday. What did shoot League? What are you talking about? 45? Oh, I probably had one time. Yeah, that's when I didn't really give a shit, so it didn't matter. It's called handicap, bro. Get it down, get it high. If you're sucking, suck bad.
All right, so before we get out of here, please go and support our sponsors who support us. You see the code running across the bottom of the screen. Eileen's Bowling Buddy, Bowler X, H5G, All Sports. We appreciate all that they do for us in our Highland Media Management. Couldn't do it without them, without the cool graphics. And as always, make sure you go and check the website so you can see who's coming on next week. We got a couple of things coming up at the end of the month. We're going to get those verified and make sure everything's going. And we're definitely going to have a show that's going to be dedicated to Strictly But Nothing to Tournament, so that we got everything out there once it's totally and completely finalized. And we'll have that coming up soon. That's about it. Everybody have a great week. And as always, may the man upstairs keep his eyes on our brothers and sisters near and far, and keep his eyes on the family because they'll be traveling soon, I'm sure. So with that, everybody have a great week, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday night. Message us, follow us, tell everybody about us, tag us, repost, share all the way through, all down the
Share it
line.
with your peeps, exactly. Hey,
Exactly.
Go do the membership. Even though you may not be a bowler, go do the membership. Do the enlisted partnership, $25 for the entire year, and we will spend that money out to veterans and help other people.
Exactly. All right, you guys have a great night and a great week, and look at the website. I'm going to put some extra stuff on there too, so keep an eye on what's going on with that. And with that, we'll see you guys next Tuesday night. You guys have a great week.